Hello and welcome back to Raccoon Justice, where justice done the Raccoon way is the only way to do justice. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Please remember to give this video a massive thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and if you are new, welcome to the channel. So today we have Chris and Sarah have far surpassed any previous wrongdoings, any previous notions that I had about them. I've never seen such an obvious display of selfishness, even from them. It was unbelievable. It was not only so clear and obvious that it was admitted. I'm just words fail me. I'm used to them being selfish. I know they're selfish. Everybody knows they're selfish. But this was beyond anything that I've seen in terms of, they even admitted both of them had their moments. So we're going to go through them today and show you just how selfish they are. But before we get into the main vlogula, something came back yesterday. Chris, what was it? Where did you go yesterday? Your MOT was finally done. How long was it? How 2 months. 2 months it took you to get the MOT done. I'm astonished. Why didn't you get it done straight away? I mean, most people do. You know, when it's due, they just go and get it done. Most people get it done before it expires. But, you do you. You didn't need the van. Obviously, you're going on a plane. Why would you need a van? Silly me. But, yeah, I don't usually run through the MOT results. I usually just show them and say, look, they've been MOT'd. Well, hey, brilliant, well done. But today we're going to go through it in a little bit more detail because I think that Chris is an idiot, as we all know, but this shows him up to be the selfish twat that he is. That he is. Sorry, my voice is a bit croacular today. So, right. The MOT came back the 5th of July. Passed. Well done. It's nice to pass an exam, isn't it, Chris? I know. A shame about your daughters and everything, but you've passed an exam, but wasn't without its struggles. So let's run through quickly this. Well, we're not going to run through it, actually. We just noticed that there's a couple of advisories on the list. Basically, the one at the bottom, a couple at the bottom, they're just like not urgent, not important. Chris isn't going to get them fixed. It's very much on the bottom rung of the list. The next ones are the minor defects, which are advised to get fixed, but not like essential enough to have to get them done. And let's face it, Chris never ever fixes something unless he is forced into the situation to have to do so. Now, what it says to me here is that he needs to get these fixed, but he doesn't need to, so he won't. Now, what I don't get is, with somebody with his amount of money, why would you not get just get everything fixed, even if it's not like deemed as the most important part? Why not just get it all fixed? I wouldn't be happy if there was a few things that needed doing and I hadn't done, and I had the money to fix them, basically. And apparently they have got the money to fix them. They've been to Dubai and to Mexico in the past month. They doesn't want to fix the van, though. No. Right. So, skirt over that. Chris doesn't want to get that fixed because he doesn't have to. It's done, But what happened the day before the 5th, Chris? The 4th, that's right. It failed. It failed its MOT. Now, I'm not saying it's not common for somebody to fail their MOT and then get it fixed. But the issue is that you would not have got these fixed if it wasn't legal for you to do so. And this is the issue that I have. Now, I'm going to run through these as quick as I can. But hopefully you'll all understand just why I'm a little bit perturbed about this. Now, these are all major advisories, meaning that they are in need of immediate fixing, and it is illegal for the MOT centre to allow them to leave without fixing them. So Chris is in a situation where he had to fix them. This is why I say he wouldn't have done so if he didn't absolutely have to. Otherwise, he's not getting his van back. And the fact that there are 5 major advisories is quite worrying in itself. But let's run through them very quickly. First up, we have the front registration plate does not conform to the specified requirements obstructed, which means that the registration plate is basically broken or damaged in some way and it's unreadable. So that's an immediate fail. The rear battery insecure, likely to cause a short circuit. Top lever closest to the rear door, which means that the battery is basically going to fall out soon and could cause a short circuit, which is very, very dangerous. Supplementary restraint system, warning lamp indicates a fault. The light, probably the airbag that's causing that. Then the nearside front seat belt not functioning as intended. The bolt is loose. And the offside front seat belt not functioning as intended, detached. So basically, Chris, you've been fucking about with your seat belts and you're trying to fix everything and you've fucked something up and it has ruined everything. And you've done it all yourself, you fucked it up, and now you've got to fix it. Well, you have fixed it, but if it wasn't for any of this, you wouldn't have got any of this fixed. You've been driving around with your seatbelts fucked. Basically done something with, when you were fixing Mila in the Mila's car seat in the front there, and you fucked something up and everything's come loose. You don't know whether the airbag could actually go off at any time, which would cause damage/death to your baby, and none of this matters to you. And this is why you are selfish as fuck, Chris, and you just need to sort your life out. Comprende? And just as an extra note, Chris, do you remember when you took your van in, allegedly, to the MOT place? This was before you went away to Dubai. This was 4 weeks ago. Do you remember that? You took it out on the road, you drove, got your hair cut, you went to the garage, I don't know what you were doing at the garage because, it didn't get MOT'd until the other day, so not quite sure why you were driving it on the road illegally. Do you comprehend these terms? Illegally, driving it illegally when it's not MOT'd in what is essentially a death trap of a car, of a van. There's all these huge issues wrong with it, and you're driving it without an MOT. You're an absolute idiot. Absolute. Because there's no getting away from the fact that you actually did this now. Whilst before we could speculate, now we know for certain, because we know when the MOT was made. And that was not until the 4th of July, which was this Monday just gone. And there's no getting round it, if you know what I mean. Like, you can't say, oh, well, we didn't film it until then, or we filmed it after, because it was clearly done before you went to Dubai, and unless that was, like, this week, you can't get out of it. So, anyway, I just thought I'd throw that one in there, because, Chris, you're just mind-blowingly stupid. Mind-blowing. Speaking of stupidity, though, you, day after day after day after day, you put your kids at risk. Not getting those, being so carefree. I don't even think it's carefree, is it? Careless is more like it. But about the seatbelts, even if it is just you and Sarah's seatbelts, how on earth can you be so don't give a fuck attitude about it? It's life and death. You do realise that, don't you? Or maybe you don't. But speaking of putting your kids' lives at risk, I watched as Esme was left to look after your 3-year-old in a cave in water. How can you possibly justify that? A 13-year-old looking after a 3-year-old in a cave. If anything went wrong, Esme can't touch the floor in that cave. If anything was to go wrong, there's no way you'll get into Jace in time, because he's in a cave. My brain wants to explode over your idiocy. On a lighter note, if this is indeed a lighter note, the lazy river. Perfect for oh lazy one, Sarah. Imagine floating down a river with your baby attached to you, breastfeeding on the river as you go. I mean, it's bad enough that you decide to take your baby and your 3-year-old down this river, which you said takes an hour, hence why you're not leaving them behind, or you're not sitting behind with them. You just take them with you because, it's an hour. You don't want to wait an hour, do you? Of course you don't. No, but you'll have those two very, very young children who are not appreciating the scenery of the area, and for an hour on that river. Unbelievable. And Isabel, who is, I do get a bit confused with how your family dynamics. You've got Chris, who is there away with Esme and Isla, having a world of fun and enjoying themselves so much. Chris is just having the best time of his life, isn't he? But all the while, you've got his 16-year-old daughter, who's supposed to be at least enjoying it. Come on, surely. She's on a rubber ring with her 3-year-old brother, having to try and entertain him on an hours-long lazy river journey. Why? Why is it Isabel's responsibility to look after your son? she's not his mother. How many times do you need to be told that? It's not her responsibility to give up her entire holiday just to look after your son. She even said that she's stressed. Why is she stressed? She's on a lazy river. It should be the most relaxing thing that she's doing. No, because she's looking after Jace. Having to entertain Jace, who's probably bored to death. So, but all the time, Chris is just having the best time of his life. But Mother of the Year has been at it again. Sarah, I've never in my life have I heard an actual mother say what you said in that vlog. I honestly can't believe it. I'm stunned, and I'm not surprised, but I am surprised that you admitting it. And I mean, I'm gonna say these word for word, right? Now, if you're following me on Instagram, you'll have already seen what she said. I couldn't not put it up because it's just too classic, right? But this is what she said word for word, and it's not taken out of context. I haven't picked and choose the little bits here and there. This is what she said. It was hard work today. That looked really difficult, I've got to say. I don't think it would be too bad if we only had little ones, or we only had big ones. If we just had little ones, we could have taken it at a much slower pace and wouldn't have been quite as stressful. Well, didn't you think about these sort of things, before you created the little ones? No? And if we only had big ones, then we wouldn't have had to worry about the little ones, and we could have done a lot more. Oh, isn't that a shame? Jason Miller stopped Sarah having her fun. But that's just the way our family is. Travelling or doing experiences or days out or holidays has never ever been something we've let children stop us doing. She's saying that her kids have never stopped her doing what the fuck she wants to do, right? A lot of people say, oh my gosh, you're going away, but your baby's only 8 weeks old, for example. My baby ain't stopping me doing nothing. Oh my god. I'm in absolute disbelief with what you're actually saying here, Sarah. I really, really am in disbelief. Then she goes on to say, sometimes it takes a little more prepping, takes a little more time, but it's not something that I am willing to avoid doing just because I've got a child. Sarah, oh my god. Oh, nobody's going to get in your way, are they, Sarah? Not even having a damn child is going to get in your way of having fun, is it? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sarah, you do realise that having a child is, firstly, your choice. Secondly, it's a privilege. And thirdly, it's supposed to be a nice thing, All in all, what they did was they went to this place. It was an all-inclusive affair. 10 minutes up the road. They could have walked it, to be fair. Could have saved a few quid if you'd walked it as well, Sarah. You know, not that I'd recommend you going up that area of town on foot, but anyway. Yeah, 10 minutes up the road. It was an all-inclusive. It cost in the region of £500 for all of them. Jason, Mila were free. And yeah, 500 quid. Do you think that they paid for that, or was it gifted? It seems a little bit strange because all they did was go in the water, which they do back at the resort anyway, and eat food, which is what they do. That's already paid for in the resort anyway. So why bother? This is my question. Why bother? Yeah. So anyway, that was fun in a weird sort of masochist sort of way. Sarah, Chris, buck up your ideas because your lives are one long joke. Everybody else, please have a lovely day. Please come back again tomorrow. Please remember to give this video a massive thumbs up, comment everything you want to comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And join me again in another video, another day. Take care and bye-bye. Thank you so much to all my channel members: Kelly XX, Supergirl Fan, Butterfly0111X, Sam, Granny Cake, Layla68, TC, Hayley Billington, My One Hollywood, soon to be Mrs. B, Reborn 1988, Paul, Caroline Page, Jim Jam, Vicky Mama 4XX, Joanne C, Jude Lyons 1, Kirsty Reed, Tracy Jordan, Linda Spence, and Cam K. Thank you all so much for all your support. It means everything to me.